Well, on to the details now. In a major update in Goa Nightclub Fire case, the co-owners of nightclub where 25 people were killed in a fire on December 6th have been detained in Thailand's Phuket days after a lookout circular and an Interpol blue corner notice was issued against them. Reliable sources have confirmed that Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra have been detained by Thai police. Thai government has informed Indian Embassy in Thailand. The process to secure their return has reportedly been initiated. Their passports are also under the process of suspension but not suspended yet. The duo had left the country barely hours after tragedy struck their Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub in North Goa. Early morning raids carried out in coordination with local police led to their detention. And for more, we have Akshay Dongre joining us on this. Well, Akshay, the Luthra's lawyer claimed that they're merely licensees and not the owners, and that their trip to Thailand was a pre-planned thing for their business. However, investigators say that tickets were booked within an hour of the fire starting. What is coming out of all this contradiction in the case?
Well, obviously, it's the lawyer's job to defend the person that they are representing in the court, and they are bound to make such statements in order to prevent any sort of, legal punishment to their clients. However, if there is a fire in your business, it's a question, general question open to all. If there is a fire to, if your business catches fire, if your house catches fire, your property, will you still make a foreign trip? We are talking about people losing their lives, who were part of, who were rather your customers.
Right.
So that is a claim that is going to fall flat in the court and on the first go, because pre-planned or not, the Luthras had a responsibility towards not only the people who lost their relatives to owe an explanation, but to also the authorities who were fighting the fire in their nightclub, especially given the fact that not enough arrangements were there, not enough safety measures were there. Fire hazard situation was. It's always a possibility of a business catching fire, especially a place like nightclub where there is cooking happening and all sort of things, and it's the responsibility of the owners to ensure that enough safety related equipment are placed, enough arrangements are made. And it's also a question to the authorities that how come such nightclubs are functioning so openly in a place like Goa, when thousands in numbers are functioning like that without the authorities taking any sort of strong action against them. So it's a situation quite tragic, and Luthras quite shamelessly left the country. That's a fact, and the authorities are working round the clock not only to bring the accused to bring them to their punishment, but also to bring them to their country, which they fled immediately after the fire started, and the firefighting were still fighting the blaze.
Yes, Akshay, Luthras are supposed to be back in the country soon now. So what steps are being taken to ensure a transparent investigation into the safety violation at the nightclub? And what can we expect once the owners are brought back to India?
Well, let's get to your second question first. Firstly, India and Thailand have an extradition treaty from 2015, so it was bound to happen. Initially, there was a request made from the Goan administration, the Goan government, to cancel the passport of the Luthras that was received by the Thai authorities. However, the passports have yet, as of now, not been cancelled, not been suspended. But the authorities have claimed that the Luthra brothers will be brought back to India within the next 24 hours. And the officials are already there in Thailand. So we can rest assured as far as the action is concerned, that will be taken. However, the question about fire safety and all sort of regulations, that's a very broad question, and it actually implies to not only businesses in Goa, but all over the country. There has to be a realization, irrespective of the political party, a realization in the administrations to implement the rules that have been laid out by the governments, to ensure that the businesses are making sure that these kind of laws are implemented, because it is only the lives of people from the country and also the foreign guests who arrive in the country that is at stake if these kind of regulations are not followed and overlooked. Back to you, Lipakshi.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Akshay, for all those details.